What's up, everyone? This is the McKenzie Show at golongtd.com. Probably the most anticipated of all of the McKenzie shows for reasons everybody knows. Isaiah, man, first of all, it's great to see you. We've taken a few weeks off. A lot's happened these past 3-4 weeks, to put it lightly. But man, like how's life? How was Christmas? I don't know if anybody on the team had a better Christmas than Isaiah McKenzie.
No, not yet. I mean, well, not yet. Well, not at all, actually. It was pretty fun though, you know. Yeah. From Friday, I went to I think it's the Tim's house, right? Sorry. The Tim's family's house. Went there on Friday, went to the game, went to Providence on Saturday, went to the game on Sunday. You know what I'm saying? So we'll get into that a little bit in a little bit.
I mean, first thing, I mean, your world has got to just be blowing up. I can't imagine what it's like, you know, when you get back to the locker room and you're looking at your phone. I mean, how many texts, how many calls, just how crazy has your life been these last 72 hours or so?
It's been crazy. You know what I'm saying? A couple of interviews here and there, a lot of phone calls, a lot of text messages, social media type stuff. But I feel like it was normal for me because I'm pretty sure I've done something before to make that happen, like last year against the Dolphins. So it's kind of like, you know what I'm saying? I get that one opportunity a year to perform.
Back to the bench. We got to send you back to the bench. Enough is enough, Isaiah. Get the hell out of here.
I got to take advantage of that one opportunity I get, you know.
Man, it is crazy. I mean, so for people who have been listening, I mean, this is our 7th episode of 10. So we scheduled 10. So that break was actually kind of perfect because obviously you guys are going to be in the playoffs. You hope go far. We can stretch it into the postseason. But a theme on this show has been, you know, you're a minimum wage player, right? Just running your ragged in practice. You know, running around on these jet sweeps, being a decoy. You've been dying to do what you did Sunday. 11 catches, 125 yards and a touchdown, 33-21 win. You guys now control your destiny in the division. Everybody's thinking Super Bowl again here in Western New York. And a huge reason why is the man you see right here, Isaiah. So it's like, I mean, in your mind, was this bound to happen? Like, did you know this was in you? I can't imagine what that weight has been like. And it wasn't just the weight. I mean, we're going to get into it all. You were benched. You were pushed to the fringes, to the brink, to the cliff of the NFL once again.
I just felt like it was I don't know, a wake-up call. You know, for me, it was just like a wake-up call. It's just like, it's either I get off this bench or I'm still on this bench. And I know I shouldn't have been on the bench, so I had to prove myself by getting off of it. And that's what Sunday helped me. You know, Sunday helped that out a little bit. And I'm pretty sure it got a lot of antennas up. And, you know, it's gonna be get interesting these next few weeks. And I'm not saying that I want, you know, to take somebody's job. Or, you know what I'm saying? I just need a little bit more time on the field, you know? Just a little bit more time, you know what I'm saying? A little bit more on the other side of the ball instead of just, on the other side of the line of scrimmage instead of just jet sweeps. You know what I'm saying? Now you can see I can run routes, catch the ball and whatnot. So I just need a little bit more.
You're showing this stuff in practice though, right? I mean, I think everybody, the natural reaction when you see a game like this is, where has Isaiah McKenzie been all season long? Like, why hasn't he gotten this opportunity? I mean, this is absurd. You don't see a player, you know, not be involved in the offense all season, get benched. Yeah, I think everybody was wondering, are you going to get cut any hour on the hour? And then boom, all of a sudden in the most important game of the season, maybe of the generation in the regular season, you are the go-to guy. How does it go from point A to point B? How do you even compute all of that?
I don't even know how to put it into, I don't even know how to compute it. But I would say, like, I don't know, getting benched, I'm saying not dressing for, and it was frustrating. Don't get me wrong, it was frustrating. You know, we spoke about it. It was pretty frustrating to be on the bench when I know, like, okay, one mistake, I get it, I understand. You know what I'm saying? I know that's not support. That's not how we play football, especially in Buffalo. You know what I'm saying? We want to protect the ball. We want to make minimum mistakes. But it happens, you know, it happened to me. So like I said, I took it with a grain of salt when I did get benched. And it's just like I knew I had to eventually when I get my opportunity. And a lot of people said the thing is a lot of players were like, oh, when you get your opportunity again, just show them, you know what I'm saying? But I was like, it shouldn't be like that because I shouldn't be here in the first place. I'm saying I shouldn't be on the bench in the first place. And I'm saying I should have opportunity to make up for it. So I never, what I'm saying, it's just waited game after game. It's like, okay, well, and then I got back on the Bucks game. I did, play here and there, got probably 10 snaps. Not my usual, but it was like I know that I needed more to prove. I had more to prove. And this game came along and it was a great opportunity. You know what I'm saying? It was sad to see Bees go out and then Gabe at the end of the week. I was like, wow. And things just, shook in place. And I just had to, like I told everybody else when I was doing the media, I just had to step up. So that's what I kind of did. And like you said, the most important game, that we needed this year, especially after we lost to them the first time. So it was just, I don't know. I battled the ups and downs and weathered the storm.
I think what's the number, Isaiah? Is it like that was your first fumble in 131 touches, I believe?
Yeah, it was 131 touches my first one.
Yeah.
And I was just like, it might be, I mean, I guess you never know. You never know what people are thinking. I
felt like,
okay.
How does that go down? I mean, we did a show right after that game, right? I mean, you were gracious enough to show up in Misters. We talked about that Colts loss. You talked about the fumble. You hung around, you talked to the fans there for God knows how long, which is unbelievably appreciative for that. How does it go down the next? I think it would have been the next day, right? Sean McDermott's telling you that you're going to be benched. How does something like that go down? What's running through your mind?
Well, he put me in the office, and I was driving to the facility. He texted me, said, "Hey, when you get to the facility, come to my office." I was like, "I'm here." He was like, and I found him. I was walking through, and he was coming out of his office, and then we just went back in. He's like, "Yeah, I'm gonna sit you down this week," and he gave me the reasonings and things like that. And I just said, "Okay, I understand." And then I gave him no feedback, you know what I'm saying, because I understood. And he gave me the reasoning. And I said, I respect it. I understand. Yes, sir. I went on about my day. And I say that whole week, I was just like like, I don't even know. I was in 3 different worlds. I was like mad, understanding, like frustrated. And then the whole week, I'm like, and then people ask me questions. Are you playing? And they found out I wasn't playing. Found out I wasn't even in the office of game plan. So I was like, I'm not playing at all. And then the next week really got to me when it was the Saints, and then we played the next week. Was it the Patriots?
Patriots, right?
Yeah. Patriots. And I was just like, God, I'm not playing. I was like, I hope this doesn't go on for the whole season. I'm gonna be sick. But yeah, it was like 3 days in that week of the Patriots week. I was like going through it. I'm in my head. I'm in my own head at this point, and like I never get like that. But I'm like, is this it? Like, is there another chance, the opportunity somewhere, blah blah blah, and I didn't wish bad upon somebody getting COVID like Bees or Gabe, and how this played out is just like it played out. I mean, I didn't pray for that to happen to them or anything like that. I was just waiting on my chance, and it just so happened to be like that. And like, I don't know, so like I said, for 3 days I was just like thinking like, is this it? It was like. And I was really upset because I'm like, the Pro Bowl was right around the corner, and I was
right. That Titans touchdown stands. It's a different conversation, right?
Oh, it's a different conversation, but at the same time, I still had the numbers, and it's a popularity contest, and I'm pretty sure I was getting popular around the league. Like, I'm saying, good returner. I'm saying, every coach I talked to, before or after the game is like, hey, you hell of a returner. I'm saying, keep the ball away from you. Blah blah blah. I'm just saying things like that. So I was like, okay, well, I mean, I can take that until, when it comes to Pro Bowl times, like, hey, a lot of coaches, they vote, and then fans vote. I'm pretty sure they make the right decision. But it didn't happen that way. So I was just I was bummed about that too. So It was a lot of things I was thinking about that went in
Man.
my head. It was just a lot of things I was like, is this it? Is this how this
Yeah.
is gonna be? Off of this one fumble, I think my career is not career, but like the season's over for me. That's how I thought about it. And you know what I'm saying? I was just like, can't be. You know what I'm saying? But I kept my head up. I still practice. I still practice hard. I still came in with a smile. I still
Man.
talk smack to everybody. Just I played it off well. I think I played it off well. I did it. I feel like I did a good job. Played it off.
I mean, you played it off, but um, mentally, you know, in
Like,
those moments when you're alone, was it tough to deal with? You've been in that dark place kind of before, you know, in Denver. We've talked about it here. I imagine that your mind could wander to some not good places at that moment.
like it was like I said, it was like 3 days. Because I can't forget it. It was just so recent. It's like I couldn't sleep. I was having headaches, thinking about stuff. I'm like, I was going in and out of sleep. You know what I'm saying? When I go to the facility, I'll be like, I'll try to be fine. Like I'll talk to everybody. And then like when meetings came and we do walkthroughs and stuff, and I see I'm not in there, like I'm just like out of it. You know what I'm saying? I go to the restroom, hang out in there for a couple minutes. I'm like, man, this can't be it. And I come back out, refresh, just try to keep my mind off of it. Like, yeah, I'm not playing, and I see everybody else playing. It hurts, you know what I'm saying, and like it hurts because I'm so used to playing. It's like, okay, well, I guess I gotta just take a step back. And then after a while, well, after those 3 days, and after a while, after the Patriots game, and then the next week came, and I heard I was playing. Well, yeah, they told me I was playing. I was just like, okay. But in my mind, I'm like, I want to be the returner. I don't like because to be honest, like I don't always I know on offense, I know who gets the ball. I know who needs the ball before I get the ball. Who's first priority. You know what I'm saying? You got Diggs, you got E, you got B's. You know what I'm saying? You even got Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Like you got those guys that got to get the ball. I get it. I understand it, respect it. And you know what I'm saying? It is what it is. But as a returner, I'm like, those are my opportunities where I get the ball. So I know I'm
Right.
gonna get the ball. There's nobody else getting the ball but me, you know? So that's where I was like, you know what I'm saying? Because me playing the offense, I mean, when you see in the Bucks game, I got 10 plays, and I think I got one ball.
Right.
It was kind of like it was kind of like how, last year went, but a little bit more opportunities last year, because we were rolling. This year was a little up and down, so we was trying to figure things out. So I get it. But it's just like that Bucks game. I got 10 plays and one ball. So I was like, okay. I mean, my confidence is not low. It's not a confidence booster. Like it is what it is. But then it was just like, okay, I just got to practice and hopefully I get more opportunities and
I mean,
somebody.
I can see not sleeping when I'm Isaiah McKenzie when I mean, like, so 11 for 125 isn't a surprise to you because you know how good you are. You know that if you're thrown into that situation at wide receiver and Josh Allen is targeting you 12 times and you're a part of the game plan, I mean, you're probably the only person on the face of the earth that knows that could happen. So
Yeah.
when you're in that
I,
moment at night, I mean, it's got to be driving you insane.
I actually in one of the interviews it was they asked it was a question where the guy asked what did he say? He said like what makes you so confident that you can do like the things you say you can do, like because obviously I talk a lot of trash, so it's like what makes you so confident to talk to the guys and make you think like you can go out there and perform well when you haven't done it, basically when I haven't done it yet. This was after this game, well, this is after the game, but he was just talking about in the past tense before I did that, before Sunday. And I was just like, well, I do it in practice. I do it in practice. I mean, I talk a lot of smack, but I know I can do it. You know what I'm saying? And he was like, yeah, well, we know you can do it now. He's like, you know you can do it now. And he's just like, do you continue to talk trash? I was like, listen, now that I've talked trash and I've done it, I let everybody else speak on it.
Yeah.
Because I don't have to talk trash anymore because what I was capable of doing. And then I went and did it. Now I just let everybody else speak for it. I don't even have to speak about it anymore. I can just move on from it. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I thought you
So
did that against Miami last year. You know,
Yeah.
it took
Yeah,
it took a calendar year to get back to this point.
and I was making a joke to the guys. I'm like, yeah, I only get one opportunity a year, so I just had to make the best of it, you know. So it's just like because I was like it's the Dolphins game last year and then this
Yeah.
game this year, so I was just like, yeah, I only get one opportunity, so hey, I had to take advantage somehow. But
I mean,
to be honest, I had
I
no idea it was going to be that many
this is
catches.
me talking, Isaiah, but like I felt like that fumble. Okay, maybe there was you could nitpick and say, oh, maybe he misread a ball here or this happened there, but that felt like being back in high school basketball and turning the ball over and you're sent to the bench. Like you felt. I mean, it looked like they were making you a scapegoat for this blowout game. Jonathan Taylor is running for a million yards and a million touchdowns. And what's the big move? It's bench Isaiah McKenzie. I don't know. I thought it was a little ridiculous. I thought it was a little extreme. And
I'm pretty sure
I'm
you weren't
surprised
the
you're
only,
able to stay measured then.
I'm pretty sure you weren't the only one that felt that way, like it was probably people madder than I was, but the thing is, like I said, I take it with a grain of salt. It is what it is, and eventually something happens. Either it was my fault or it wasn't my fault. You know what I'm saying? Like just saying this
It was a freak thing, right?
during the season. Like, at the end of the day, like you know what I'm saying, was Isaiah the problem or was he not the problem? Well, you find out eventually. So
So when you get to that week then and all the shit's hitting the fan, I mean, Cole Beasley, Gabe Davis, bang, bang. All of a sudden you kind of realize, holy cow, I might finally get that opportunity I've been dying for. How does
so
that come to fruition? Like internally with the game plan, with the offense, like is it sudden? Is it gradual? When did you know this could be your time to shine?
to be honest, I had no idea. I had no
Really?
idea. So during the week, Bees had got COVID. He told me I was in the parking lot walking to the facility, and he was in his car, and he was like, "Yo, they got me." And I'm like, "They got you?" And he was like, "Yeah, I got tested positive." I'm like, "Oh," so I'm like, "Damn." So I didn't know how like false positive, false negative. To be honest, I ain't even jumped to like, "Oh, I'm gonna be playing." I was kind of like what's gonna happen, and I knew we had Diggs and Gabe and all. You know what I'm saying, like they got to play, so maybe this opens up opportunity for Gabe. You know what I'm saying? Gabe to play more because you know what I'm saying he's been showing that he can play more. So maybe I still got to take the back seat. I mean, I'm Beasley's backup, but at the same time, you know what I'm saying, we got guys before me that has, you know what I'm saying? So that happened, and during the week, you know what I'm saying, everybody was filling in roles. So like me and E was in the slot, and Gabe and Diggs were outside, and everybody was moving around, and just trying to fill in spots here and there. And then, bam, later that week, Gabe got COVID. So then it was just like, hey, uh, I'm next. I'm next in line if y'all need, if I'm saying it's there, I'm next. Like there's no more rotating guys and putting guys in. So it's Diggs, Isaiah, and Gabe. Oh no, Diggs, Isaiah, E. That's it. And then we brought up Isaiah Hodgins, and then we had Kumaro. So it's just like, okay, well, if that slot position's open, like,
They didn't have a choice.
hey, no choice. But yeah, but like that's like when that happened, I'm like, and they called me and they say, hey, we're just gonna roll. I'm saying we're going, hey, you're doing everything. You know what I'm saying? You're in the slot, you're running, you're rolling. So I said, all right, cool. I'm fine with that. And during the week, I just played it cool. I just like just played it cool, whatever. And I was myself. Nothing changed. I was still talking smack, whatnot. But where it really got crazy uh was Sunday pregame. I'm just warming up, and I'm like, it really hit me. I was like, oh shit, I gotta play 60 to 70 plays.
Yeah.
So I'm
Yeah.
catching the ball. I'm like, whoa, like this is. I don't know. I don't know if we're gonna go two wide receivers right now or we're gonna go really half. So I'm not sure. But when the game started rolling, and first drive I caught the first down, and then I caught the touchdown, and then I was like, because in my mind, I'm like, I know I can play. You know what I'm saying? I'm just hoping that he just roll it,
Yeah.
just roll the plays on that. Just call him like if Bees was in there. And
Yeah.
I was thinking the whole time like, just call it like if Bees was in there. He was calling the plays, and I was like, yep, it's gonna be a good day. And then on the sideline, I was just quiet, and then Deion Dawkins asked me, I said, what's wrong? This was like in the first quarter, I think, second quarter. I was just like in my own zone. And then after halftime, that's when everything just turned up.
Yeah.
It just went like on a 4 catches free. I was in there. So I was just like in the zone. And then, yeah, but once I got hot, I was like, I hope Josh don't stop throwing me this ball.
I was gonna say, is this Josh Allen like, you know, targeting, looking for you? Are these plays that are called for you? Are you
But,
like the featured option in the, or how does that kind of go down on those 12 targets?
so those on on a touchdown play, he was reading it, and he found me in the back of the end zone. Um, the third down shallow before that was he was reading it. So all of them are reads, but
Yeah.
those check downs, the diagonal check downs, he was checking. He was like, "Hey, if they get out fast, I'm gonna give you the ball." So I was getting out, I was getting the ball, and then um, after a while, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, they were playing a little bit of zone, and they were playing a lot of man to man, and it was like, "Hey, beat man to man." So, and all I was thinking was like, "Shit, I'm just about to run." Sorry, and the cough is just like, I'll tell you
Yeah,
about that in a minute.
you're gonna scare some fans with that cough, you know.
I'm gonna tell you about the cough in a minute. But yeah, it was just like beat man to man. So I was like, beat man to man, okay. I'm gonna run across this field as many times as you want me to, because you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna just run. And Josh was just diving him, throwing him, throwing him. And I heard in the what do you call it? The TV copy, the the broadcasters were like, yeah, Josh Allen said he believed him, he trusted him, but we didn't believe him. They didn't believe Josh trusted me that much. He was like, they didn't believe Josh trusted me that much. And to be honest, I had no idea. Like, they tell me they trust me, believe me. You tell anybody that, but you never know until it really happens.
How much
So,
is he really throwing you the ball? I mean, you're running the scout team all the time, right? Like, do you even have the opportunity to
yeah,
catch many passes from Josh?
me and Josh, I was, I wasn't saving this, but like, this is a great opportunity. I was gonna say, me and Josh already had chemistry from 2018, so we already know how this works. It's just like go play ball. You know what I'm saying? So that's kind of like my insider. You know what I'm saying? Like me and Josh have been having chemistry since 2018. Like he needs to build chemistry with Diggs and all of them, not me, because me and him are already on the same page.
How
It's
so?
kind
Like, how does that last 3 years? You know, back to the
Yeah, it's kind of an insider. Like we got chemistry, but kind of don't because like I'm not always in. But it's kind of like we've been around each other for so long. It's like we just got chemistry. It's just
yeah.
I'd say it's an inside joke, but it did look like we had a lot of chemistry that day. I mean Sunday, so it was just like
Yeah.
it just worked.
It just seemed too like, I mean, not to get all wonky X's and O's here, but like last season, it seemed like a lot of defenses were playing man to man on you guys. And I can just picture Diggs and John Brown and all these receivers running those deep crossers, leaving guys in the dust. And Josh is just like throwing it into a space. He's accurate and he has a big arm and he's getting it there. And this season, it seems like there's been more zone. Teams are trying to sit back and confuse him a little bit. And then in walks Isaiah McKenzie against, by the way, the greatest coach of all time in Bill Belichick, who knows you have to play zone, right? And knows you have to try to confuse the quarterback and disguise coverages. But he just kind of went man to man on you. I mean, do you think Bill Belichick was almost kind of disrespecting you by putting, who was it, Miles Bryant, one-on-one, man-to-man on you most of this
Um,
game?
listen, he's a defensive coach. He mastermind at it. Like he always has his plans. Like you said, he's one of the greatest coaches probably of all time, one of them. And the thing is, it's just like um, they've always played man. They got a good D line, they got good linebackers, they always have good DBs. It's just like they always feel like you know what I'm saying they have the better defense and other teams have better offenses. You know what I'm saying? So I don't think just because I was in there that he was going to change the way he called the game. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When Bees is in there, he plays the same way. And because I went back and watched the film and like 41 was Bryant was on Bees man to man. You know what I'm saying? That at the end of the game, they ran blitz zero the first time we played them. At the end of the game, when Josh when 41 he knocked the ball down at the end of the game to end the game. It was on man to man on. It was like so I watched that film and it's just like he didn't change what he was doing. It was just like, hey, this is how I call my defense. I don't care if Isaiah's in there, Diggs is in there. That's just that's him. You know what I'm saying? And don't get me wrong, he's been doing it for years and it's been working. So I don't think he was trying to disrespect me. He was just playing his game.
I guess I just assumed that he was going to have like this, masterpiece of a game plan with all these different coverages and disguise different things. And I'm picturing him like over the offseason allotting like a month to defend Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills. But maybe, I don't know, maybe football's not that complicated. Maybe he's just going to kind of do his thing and you guys are going to do your thing.
The best man win.
Yeah. So, I mean, the big plays, I mean, I'm thinking back when it was 2014, you had the quick out on the 3rd and 2, and then the next snap was the 28-yarder, right? When Allen's rolling left. Might have been like the first play of the fourth quarter. I don't know. Is there a play that stands out to you, like out of the 11 catches? Which one are you still kind of most proud of, you think they could detail for us?
Hello?
Oh, can you hear me?
I can hear you now. It froze a little bit.
Yeah, sorry about that.
I don't know. I feel like all the catches were, pretty good. I mean, I just was on fire. But I would say the one when I jumped up and the 50-50 ball Josh threw. The thing is, it was cool because I was like, Josh, like I want to mess up his last name. Is it Duggar?
Or Kyle Duggar?
Duggar. He was he was under me and I caught it. It was a 50-50 ball. Josh, it's funny story. Well, not even a funny story. Like a funny little thing was Josh one day, right? Where me and Josh, we always kid around, and it was I think it was one time where it was a 50-50 ball, and Josh was like, why would I throw you a 50-50 ball? You're short. And in the game, he threw me the ball. I was like, oh, wow. He threw the 50-50 ball. And, you know what I'm saying? Obviously, I had to make him look good, But
that's the one. You don't see that out of small receivers, and that's maybe a reason that you haven't been out there. Your size. And here you are making contested catches, in traffic. And he trusts you. I mean, Josh Allen, 2018 was a long time ago. That still takes some balls to throw it to a guy that really hasn't been out there and to know he's going to be there and know he's going to catch it.
Yeah, I just felt like in his mind, he was just like, listen, at this point, I'm going to just let it fly, and whatever happens. And I think that's where he was at with it because, you know what I'm saying, going into that game, he was just like, hey, whatever it takes to win, I'm going to do it. You know what I'm saying? If it takes 30 checkdowns, I'm throwing it. If somebody's on fire, I'm feeding them. I just felt like that's where he was at that point. And he was
how much were – I'm sorry, Isaiah, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
Go ahead.
I mean, how much were guys just pissed off from the first Patriots game? That was a pretty emotional loss. Your head coach seemed pretty worked up in the press conference, and some of the players were pretty worked up in their press conference. It was tough. I mean, they just kind of ran the ball at will and won, and everybody just assumed, well, I guess not everybody. I'm sure you guys didn't, but generally people are like, oh, I guess the Patriots are still the Patriots, and maybe they own the Bills for another 2 decades. Like it internally, I mean, what was the mood of the team then? And does this win kind of bring that swagger back? And what's the mood now?
I feel like the mood's the same. I feel like it's just, I don't know. like these past few weeks. Well, after that Patriots game, these past few weeks have been like, let's just let's just get it done. No matter how it gets done, let's just get it done. Let's get a win. Whether it's running the ball, throwing the ball, playing great defense, or even the special teams, like just let's just win. Yeah, it's not a lot, and I feel like that's where we're headed. Like, there's not a lot to it. Let's just do it. You know what I'm saying? And if all else, if things are hitting the fan, just hit the fan at 100%. You know what I'm saying? Whatever you're doing, just hit the fan at 100%. No matter what happens, just get it done. And I feel like that first loss kind of put them in like, you know what I'm saying? Because the defense was kind of they were upset. Like, they ran the ball like you said at will, and that's kind of like that's basically mano y mano. You know what I'm saying? Like, we gonna run the ball when we're running the ball and still beat y'all. That's what you know. It's kind of like a disrespect thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's how the defense took it. Like, yo, they disrespected us. Coming to our house, running the ball like they did, and they came out with the win. So like, I mean, of course the defense gonna feel some type of way. You know what I'm saying? If I was a defensive guy, I would have felt some type of way. I mean, I felt some type of way just losing the game because, I mean, I'm part of the team. So I know they felt, what I'm saying, they were hot. But after that game, we knew it was like, okay, weather and everything, what I'm saying? We can't do everything we we want to do, like throw the ball, you know what I'm saying, flashy plays and all that, which is cool. You know what I'm saying? We know our run game is not where it needs to be, but we're gonna try to we tried, we tried what we had. We were in the red zone, what, three, four times,
Yep.
and couldn't get it done. You know what I'm saying? Field goals were kind of hard to make. It was just it wasn't our day, but we knew when this next game came, no matter what, we was gonna go out there and throw that ball, whatever would need to be done to win the game. So that's where we're at that point. And then now we're just trying to keep the train rolling with the same mentality.
Yeah, I mean, it's everything's still in front of you guys. It's you personally. Do you feel like the coaches trust Isaiah McKenzie? Like, just, what happened next? What happens next for you and your role with this team?
To be honest, I have no idea. I couldn't even put a finger on it. I'm gonna just go to work tomorrow, and wherever I'm at, that's where I'm at. Wherever opportunities I get, just gotta take advantage of them. And I feel like that's how it's been going with everything. You know what I'm saying? These
Right.
past few years, just with live football, it's just like, hey, whatever opportunity I get, I'm gonna just take it, and whatever I do with it, it's on me. So
That perspective. I mean, it's kind of everything we've been talking about. Show to show, right? It's the. I mean, you talk about dodging a bullet and seeing a dead body at your doorstep, and scratching and clawing to get to college with the SAT stuff, and fighting for a role at Georgia, and getting to Denver and fumbling and team giving up on you, getting to Buffalo. It's I, I don't know. Part of me thinks, okay, yeah, like real perspective, real life and death. This is still football, but then you think, well, still, look, this is your livelihood, and there was a moment there where it seemed like you could be on the chopping block, you could be let go. So, yeah, I don't know. Like, does your life perspective help, or is it still pretty hard to kind of go through what you did this past month?
no, it's not. I mean, I wouldn't say it's still pretty hard. It's just like, yeah, like I always say, like it is what it is. Like, who knows what happened next week? Maybe next week probably get maybe 7 to 10 plays, and I'll be like, all right, well, what can I do about it? You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of hard because a lot of people say, you hear coaches all the time, control what you can control. But it's just like, I'm controlling what I can control. But at some point, what you're controlling something that's holding me back, you know?
Right.
And you're controlling me to a certain like to a certain point. It's just like, come on, bro. Like I'm just I don't know. It's just like you have the control because you controlling me because you know you have the control now. And it's just like, I mean, but what can I do? Like I'm
But you're
not.
showing it in practice when you're pretending to be
Yeah,
Tyreek Hill and all these other guys. I mean, it's there. I don't think you're just
yeah.
dropping all these passes in practice, probably, right?
No, it's just I don't know. Like like I said, you only can control what you can control. It's so cliche. It's kind of like so common to say that.
Yeah,
It's
come
just
on,
like,
Isaiah. There's the whole point of this is to get away from the cliches. We want to get away from that BS.
yeah. But I was saying, like for other people, for coaches, to me, it's just like control, and I get it. And like I said, there's only so much you can control at a certain point. It's just like, you know what I'm saying, I feel like
Yeah.
I'm not the only one that's going through this situation. Now, I'm probably one of the few that can handle the situation. That's the difference between, you know what I'm saying, like getting out of a dark place and staying in one. It's just like how you like how long you're willing to stay in that dark place, you know? So that's how I look at it. Like I got benched. I get it. I was in the dark place, during the weeks. You know what I'm saying? Even before this game, so I was still like, thinking about everything that could come with this, you know what I'm saying, the opportunities I may get, may not get. I was just it's I feel like it's never ending.
Yeah.
I mean,
Right. It's just you're gonna get into that dark place, but you don't want to just stay there too long. You don't want to be tossing and turning up all night,
yeah,
every night. Like you did. That was just a few nights. You get out of it.
yeah.
And then Christmas Eve, real quick. I mean, great story. Tim Graham at the Athletic, my buddy Tim. He wrote it. Like, and you mentioned it earlier. You just put out there like you're hungry, right? You wanted to go somewhere.
Food. I was
Yeah.
was actually I took my dog some food at boarding, and then I was in the area, so I went to this 40 Thieves because they got like good burgers. Because I've been there like probably 2 or 3 times for food, and they were closed. So I'm driving, and I'm like, man, like there's nothing in West Seneca like besides Wendy's and McDonald's, and I didn't want that. But I knew people would come together on Christmas Eve and like have food and hang out with their families, whatever. And I was just gonna stop by and get a plate. I was gonna stop somewhere like, hey, let me get a plate, whatnot. But um, the Tim family, Tim's family, uh, the owner's house, his son had sent me the address. Like, hey, we got food. So I popped right on over there, and I'm over there. I walk in the door. Everybody's clapping, and I was like, I didn't need all that, I just, but I stayed for a couple hours actually, and it was pretty cool to just hang out with them. And it wasn't a lot of football talk. They was asking me questions. It was cool. Like I felt normal. Like, you know what I'm saying? So I mean, I am normal. I'm human, but like to them, I'm probably like, some type of celebrity or Bills player. You know what I'm saying? But I, I mean, I just like being normal. So like that was normal to
Yeah.
me. So
You hung out for a couple hours. Like, what do you guys just catching up, talking
I
life?
was
Not much
just
football, you
eat
said?
food, talk life. I'm pretty sure I felt like the energy was good in the room, but I felt like they didn't want to overwhelm me with questions and
Yeah.
really, yeah, I don't think they wanted to make me uncomfortable that I wanted to leave or something. So they kind of here and there ask me questions, kind of like, what I'm saying, some quiet times, like not trying to crowd me too much. So it was really cool. But I mean, I never get uncomfortable. So they didn't know that. They didn't know they don't know me. So they just like trying to be conservative. That's the word, conservative. But it was pretty
Yeah.
cool. We talked. You know what I'm saying? I watched the kids open gifts. Um,
Huh.
yeah, it was cool.
That's Buffalo. I mean, isn't it? I mean, that's Western New York. Just need a spot to eat. Come on in. Here's a plate for you. And it's 2 days before the biggest game of your life, and then so the next day is Christmas. So you're traveling on out, and you're just spending Christmas Day like in a hotel somewhere out
Yeah,
there in Providence. You said,
yeah, in Providence, we was just in a hotel, just hanging out.
yeah,
Not really. A couple FaceTimes, Merry Christmases, and that's about it. I ain't really.
yeah. I don't think they should have. I don't know. Seems weird. Football games on Christmas Day and the day after Christmas. I mean, you probably miss your family back home. I don't know. Well, let
I'm
guys
so,
be with their families.
I'm so used
Raj.
to it now. I
Yeah.
miss Christmas and New Year's. I'm probably the last 5, 6 years I miss
Man.
Christmas and New Year's. Even
God.
though Thanksgiving too. Yeah, Thanksgiving too.
Man.
Yeah.
Well, it was probably worth it this year with that performance, and I guess we'll see what happens. So Cole Beasley's coming back. I mean, we would think. I don't
Yeah,
know if you want to break any
yeah,
news here.
I don't know. I really don't know what's going on, to be honest. I think they uh, changed the protocol to like the quarantine from 10 days to 5 days now, and um,
Right, for the
um,
vaccinated, but
yeah, no, not for the vaccine, for like quarantine, just quarantine in general.
quarantine. I got you.
So instead of 10 days, it's 5 days, and I think the NFL and CDC have worked some. I don't know. So they may be back sooner than that. So they might. I, I think yeah, I think they may be back sooner than that. I don't know exactly when they come back, but Bees was like, isn't it 10 days? I mean, I don't know. I don't know. So I'm pretty sure
The league
Bees.
kind of just makes up rules as it goes. You know that.
But yeah, so I mean, I'm happy to get the guys back. I'm saying, even though we're gonna have Zoom meetings, we can't be around each other, but it's pretty cool to have them around and stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, that's the big question now. Like Isaiah McKenzie in this offense, does it stick? Does it not stick? What
Who knows?
happens? You would think, that kind of game would preserve a role, but man, we got to talk about Georgia, right? We got to get this in. I kind of forgot about the college football playoff. You reminded me today. The Bulldogs. I mean, I think everybody kind of saw Alabama beat up on your Bulldogs and figured, all right, they're done. So
That was
let's convince us otherwise here, Isaiah.
tough. To be honest, I hope we make it to the national championship and see them again. But we got Michigan this week in the Orange Bowl in Miami. So I mean, it should be a good game.
That's right.
It should be a good game. I'm not too sold on Michigan. I don't know much about Michigan, but yeah, I don't know. But who knows? You never know. It's playoffs. We'll see if Michigan's a good team though. I don't really have much to say about them.
It's too bad it's not Notre Dame. It could have been the Isaiah Bowl. It could have been
Oh,
breaking down no sex gate or whatever we want to call that. Notre Dame.
oh man. Who Cincinnati plays Alabama? Cincinnati's gonna. I mean, Alabama is destroying Cincinnati.
Yeah. That probably won't be much of a game, but yeah, we'll see. We'll see.
Yeah.
I
I
mean,
feel like
Georgia's defense was unbelievable most of the season.
yeah. I just feel like Cincinnati's just happy to be there. Like once they see Alabama, they're gonna be like, "Well, we can't stop that."
Yeah.
But
It's a
Georgia,
different kind of
Michigan's gonna
recruit.
be tough. I feel like it's gonna be the best game for these two playoff games.
No doubt. Do you look around the NFL much? Are you watching many other games? I mean, the AFC is so, clustered, and I feel like it changes week to week. I mean, one minute you guys are in the hunt. Now it's like you've got a chance to host some playoff games here. Do you get
Yeah,
caught up watching other teams, other games, other scenarios?
nah. To be honest, that playoff stuff confusing. It's confusing as hell. Like when it comes to the seeds and the losses and wins, and it's like, all right, it's confusing. So no, I mean I watch for performances, but I don't watch to see where we step. I see, but I do see the Dolphins creeping up there. The Dolphins are doing pretty good.
They are. You guys had their number. I mean, this is a big one, Atlanta. I think a lot of fans probably are chalking it up as an automatic win, but they've got a lot to play for over in the NFC. So
Yeah.
they're right in the thick of it. I don't know if you know anybody over on that side of things. What are your thoughts on the Falcons going into this one?
Um, we haven't really watched them yet because
Oh, okay.
I mean, we have to do Monday and Tuesday off, so we're gonna watch tomorrow. Probably study the film tonight, watch the game plan, look at the game plan tonight, and then go meetings tomorrow. So yeah, we're gonna look into it. You know what I'm saying? They got a pretty. I mean, they got Cordell Patterson, Kyle Pitts. You know what I'm saying they got. I don't know if Calvin Ridley's out still.
Yeah.
Yeah, the offense, the defense. The defense is solid. I mean, I haven't looked at them yet, but when I look at them, I have some more information.
Yeah, and it's I think I'd read like you and you talked about this a little bit too. You were really watching the film hard into this last game, weren't you? I mean, even that day before, were you kind of breaking it down
Yeah,
from your room?
watched it from the first. I watched the first game when we played Patriots, and I just watched how they played. Where they're playing a lot of zone, a lot of man, and I mean they're playing a little bit of both. But when things got interesting, it was just like, okay, we're gonna go man to man. They're gonna go
Yeah.
blitz zero and things like that. You know what I'm saying? But because we couldn't do much. You know what I'm saying? We couldn't throw the ball like we wanted to. So yeah. But I watched all that film and I just watched Bees the whole time. I watched Bees.
Yeah.
I watched 41. I watched um, 23, and I just watched how they guarded Bees and what I'm saying when they did play zone, how they played it, things like that. So you got to help me out for this game, this past game.
What did you pick up on then that you could say? Like what were those little tells? What were those little tricks of the trade that
Um,
ended up paying off?
the thing is, I didn't know like because I would say everybody's on that. I would say everybody on the defense is fast. You know what I'm saying? You got J.C. Jackson, McCourty at the top. You
Yeah.
got Mills, and so I was just assume like they got just a fast defense. They know where to be. You know what I'm saying? When it's zone, there's man to man. They play, tough man to man. So it was kind of like when I watched 41 and I watched them with Bees. I was Bees ran a lot of underneath routes. Juke routes. Option routes, things like that. So I was wondering. I was thinking. I was like, can he run? So in my mind, I was like, can he run? You know what I'm saying? Because based off the game plan we had, it was just like, okay, they play man to man, so we gonna kind of, try to run away. And I was wondering, can he run? It's funny because in pregame, I was catching the ball with Mark, and we were just catching the ball, and I see 41. He was over there. He was warming up. He was doing like sprints and all that. And I was like, he looked pretty fast. What I'm saying? He looked pretty fast, and I was like, okay, well, because he's guarding me. So I was just watching him pregame, just watching him, saying because I didn't get to play him the first time, so I didn't know what he was really like. I mean, besides on film, and yeah, so I mean, he's not a bad player. Don't get me wrong. None of the players are bad. I mean, no player in the NFL is a bad player. It's just what I'm saying. I don't know. I just felt like we had good game plan, and just like it was basically. I feel like it was just my time. It's just like my time to just
The
show
answer
what
to
I
that
had.
question was probably no. He can't run, at least with you. And so,
um, the thing is, a lot of dudes can't run with me. That's the thing.
yeah.
And I do that, and in my head, I'm like, I know I'm faster than most. You know what I'm saying, but I don't want to sit there and be confident and cocky to me. Like, hey, I'm faster than him. Like, no, like, I get it, I understand it. Like, I know I'm fast. It's just like Tyreek Hill. I'm pretty sure Tyreek Hill, if he could, he'd be like, yo, he's no way in the world anybody can get in front of me and guard me.
Yeah.
He's just too fast. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like it's, what I'm saying? You gotta, what I'm saying? I don't know.
Hey, maybe the secret weapon. We wrote that last year, right ahead of the AFC Championship game, declaring you the secret weapon in this off. Maybe it just took another year. The secret
He said,
weapon is here. Just
yeah,
took another 360 or so days, and you're here to help with a Super Bowl run because we saw it.
yeah,
Stephon Diggs made some new friends, in the front row there after his touchdown, which was nice,
yeah.
right?
He's a nut. He's a nut. He's a crazy guy. I love him though, man. He's awesome. You know what I'm saying? You need like somebody like that in your room.
Yeah.
And to be honest, he was the reason I when I went into that game, because the thing is, we go into that game. Obviously, we're playing Patriots, second best defense in the league, and it's like it's Bill Belichick. He knows what he's doing. He's gonna call it right. He's gonna call it right. Right plays. He got the players to do it. And I'm going into that game like, okay, I'm playing alongside Diggs and E. They both have a resume. I cannot be the weak link in this game.
Yeah.
Like I was just like, I cannot, because I know Diggs gonna go out there and perform. E's gonna go out there and perform. I cannot be in the weak link in this game. And I made a joke to Diggs today. I was like, hey, listen. I said, every time me and you play a full game together, I'm always the number one guy. I mean, it's only 2 games. It was a Dolphins game and this game. And I was like, I'm always the number 1 guy. And he was like, yeah, because you always have the number 3 guy on you. And I was like, that was a good comeback. That was a good comeback. So, but yeah, I was joking with him.
He's happier though. I mean, since we were doing the show last, the Jacksonville game, the Indy game, he was pretty upset.
Yeah,
You're out there
I
kind of
feel like
babysitting him.
I feel like everybody's at the point. I mean, he's bought in. Like everybody's at the point where no matter what happens, let's just win. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Let's win. And I mean, I feel like it's better that way because like look at it, man. He had 7, 8 catches for 89 yards, and I'm like, I had no idea he had that. He almost had 100. We both almost was at
And you
100.
saw it with the crowd, right? You. Shut
Yeah,
up.
I see. That,
Yeah.
yeah. Yeah, he said that, and then I walked past him. And I'm like, whoa. I'm like, all right, I gotta go.
Did you hear him say it out there?
I heard him say it because I tapped him on his helmet. I grabbed his back of his jersey, like pat him on the head, and he was like, and I was like, oh, gotta go.
Well, on the TV broadcast, it was like the whole Ural Yanny thing with, people. Some people heard different things. Where some people heard "shut the f up," and some people heard, "S my F and D." Yeah, you can really trick your brain into thinking one or the other there.
Yes, I thought I heard that too when I saw the TV copy. I'm like, whoa, see that?
Well, maybe next time, I guess. If you see him in the playoffs, maybe. All right. Well, we've got some questions here before we sign off. Isaiah, what do you think?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. So let's start here with, oh man, our good friend Breon. He's a good man. Bree, good to see you. Your black go long hoodie will soon arrive, I hope. So thank you very much for subscribing. Everybody follow Bree. He's hilarious. He asked you this, Isaiah. What are your top 5 rap albums of 2021? He did supply his list as well.
I don't have a top 5 rap album.
Do you have what favorite? That's right, because you're all over the place. What music are you into right now outside of Sam Smith?
I don't know. I'm into a lot of music. I just listen to whatever. So it's kind of hard because I don't listen to albums. I listen to singles. I listen to songs. Like I listen to one song, probably 2 songs from one album or whatever. But like I don't listen to just one person. So it's kind of hard. Like it's whatever I like. So that's a hard question to be honest. I have no idea.
Did you end up looking up Jim Croce when we
you
did?
Totally once.
Not.
I forgot about a lot of things that I need to be doing.
Got a lot on your plate. That should probably be pretty low on the priority list, I guess. At Adam Ritter, he asked, I'm sorry, at the Adam Ritter, what is your favorite moment as a Bill?
Favorite moment as a Bill. Favorite moment as a Bill. Moment. I have a lot of good moments.
I mean, this would be right up there, right? This is the whole country's kind of watching. You got to have this game. The ball's coming to you a lot.
Yeah, I don't know.
You're almost let go, I would think.
I have a lot of moments, to be honest. I have a lot of moments in Buffalo that I really enjoyed. To be honest, that's another hard question. That's like a generic. Both of those questions are generic. So those are kind of tough.
Okay. Let's see what else we got here. All right. Well, KGB's asking about your restaurant. How's that restaurant doing in Miami?
It's been pretty good. Doing well. I'm saying that. Yeah.
Okay. Oh, well, you kind of answered Kristen's question already. A rundown of the stranger danger dinner, she called it. We got into that. It was a success. Drew Jenko, another great go long subscriber. He asked Lion King or Toy Story?
Lion King.
Good call. We'll say, we just watched all the Toy Stories a year ago. That third one will bring a tear to your eye, Isaiah. There's some emotion in there. There really is.
I haven't seen Toy Story. I only see the first one. That was about it. I haven't seen all of them.
They get better. I feel like they get better as they go. I mean, those Pixar's,
I feel like sequels are never. I feel like sequels are never better.
I think those ones are. I don't know. Well, the original's great, but it stays consistently, they tug at the emotional heartstrings.
I might
They've
have
got
to
some
watch one.
adult humor sprinkled in there.
I might have to watch one.
Well, you got to have kids first, right? So maybe one day when there's little Isaiahs running around, you guys can all watch the Toy Stories together.
I can't watch it by myself. I mean, I can't watch it.
I mean, you
with
could.
my kids.
Yeah, you could. No, there's no little Isaiah's plan. I'm guessing you don't want to break any news on that.
It is, but I don't know. Maybe I'm sure. Guess we've been down that road already. No, I don't know.
You're just babysitting everybody.
Yeah, just babysit.
Clover in Texas asks, what motivated you from the time McDermott made you inactive to have a lights out performance? I don't know. I feel like we kind of got into that, right?
What motivated me to have a lights out performance? I mean, I don't know. That's hard. Like that's a hard question because like nothing really motivated me to do that. It's my job. I gotta do that. Like I didn't know I was gonna do like that and more, but it's kind of like my job, like to help the team win. So that's what I did. So that was yeah.
Did you have, this is from MC, did you have the wind knocked out of you when you landed on the ball? Yeah, how did that feel?
Yes. So that's why I have this cough. So this is why I have the cough because when
That's the cough. Oh.
Yeah. So because I wasn't coughing at all like the whole weekend. Like I was fine. As soon as I landed on that ball, like my chest was hurting, like some of my sternum, I don't know what, like sternum and all that stuff. So the ball, I was underneath the ball and I would do boom and like I couldn't breathe. And then my chest started hurting. So the next morning, like it was like I was sore up here, like sore, and like I catch myself like choking sometimes, like cause I'm trying to, I don't know, and like I don't know, and I've just been coughing ever since. So I'm like, I don't know.
You don't know what's going on?
No.
You might want to get that checked out.
But yeah, I was gonna get a scan, and then the next morning I was a little sore, but I was like, man, I started coughing. And I'm like, oh, I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, at this point, maybe you just don't get it checked, right? You're getting the ball, you're playing. We'll just let that little sternum, whatever, we'll just kind of let that slide. And
there you go. Yeah, I'm not going back over there to check it out. I'm gonna just let it run.
you feel okay though? Like it's not like you got a broken sternum here. Like you can breathe,
No.
your body can function.
Yeah.
That's good. Well, if you can breathe, you can play, Isaiah. So I think you're good.
Right about that.
I think that's it. I think we're good. Well, wait a minute. Somebody wants to know what you had for breakfast. Shan asked what you had for breakfast Sunday before you played the Patriots.
I actually ate 2 bananas. That's about it. 2 bananas, no breakfast. So I ate 2 bananas before the game. I ate oranges at halftime. So I didn't eat breakfast that morning.
Well, it's good they got those bananas in now because isn't there like, I could be wrong. I felt like I read an article this week that like wherever bananas are mass like grown and produced and whatnot, there's like a fungus in them. Maybe somebody listening can fill me in, but yeah, I feel like we might not be eating bananas much longer. So get your bananas now. It's gonna be like paper towels at the start of COVID. Everybody's just gonna be loading up on bananas and.
Listen, at this point, I just whatever happens.
It's the only way you can live. It's the only way you can live. Well, it's got to be a pretty awesome time for Isaiah. You got Randy Moss talking about you on the broadcast. Your phone's blowing up. I can't imagine. People are probably coming out of the woodworks left and right. Right? You're hearing from everybody at this point.
Yeah, you hear from a different type of people, like all type of people. Yeah, I haven't even answered most of them.
Hundreds?
Yeah, hundreds of thousands.
Thousands?
Probably thousands, maybe thousands. But
random, that ex-girlfriend back in the day that blew you off. All of a sudden, it's, hey Isaiah, how you
no,
doing?
no, she wouldn't do that. No way. Not even. Nope. No way. But yeah, no.
Okay, well, what can you do? Well, Isaiah, it was fun. Thanks for doing this. It's great to see you again, hear you again. It's been too long. A lot's changed. I'm sorry you have to look at this big old lesion on my face. That's all that's really happened here, I guess. I don't know. I got, it's kind of like your your chest situation. I should probably get this checked out. We'll get to the bottom of it.
At this point, you go to the doctor, that might be COVID. A new strain.
Everything's COVID. Well, I mean, with this though, it's kind of like, I'm married, in terms of, physical appearance,
Yeah.
you're not, you stop really worrying about, how you look in general. Yeah. So I think
I'll do that now. I'm not even married. I don't even have enough.
Yeah, but you're in the NFL. You got that going for you.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I still most of the time look like a bum.
But sweatpants. If there's the best thing that probably came out of COVID is like the normalization of just wearing sweats all the time. I feel like I wear a hoodie and sweatpants all the time. So, not the worst thing. All right, well, you should probably get back to Poppy. He's probably around there somewhere, huh? Missing you.
He's in sleep with his new cage, so he's knocked out.
That's right. Yeah, you upgraded him. I like it.
I got an interview in 3 minutes.
All right. Well, hey, we'll sign off here. Thank you, everybody, for listening. GoLongTD.com for all episodes. Apple, Spotify. We've got the Isaiah podcast feed, and it's also on the Go Long podcast feed and on YouTube. So you can kind of catch us all over the place. Isaiah, congrats on a career game. And I think we're going to see you again Sunday. Maybe not. I guess we'll find out.
Yeah.